Going to do a little home roasting today. Have some Java Estate green beans here. As you can see, we'll get a little better light on them here. We've got a very uniform green color. Good quality Java Estate beans here. We're going to be roasting them in a Corretto roaster. So that's a bread machine and heat gun setup. And we're going to take you there now and show you what it's all about. Here we have our bread machine that we have modified to use as a coffee roaster. You'll see down here we've got an Oster bread machine. It's a standard bread machine that we've rewired. If you look down here into the roasting chamber, this is normally where the bread is made, but that's what we're going to use for our roasting chamber. I'm going to plug it in, and you'll see that when we plug it in, it automatically turns on. We've hardwired the machine to automatically do that for us. We've also taken out the top glass and made a gasket here out of aluminum foil, and we're going to be using a standard Milwaukee heat gun purchased at Lowe's for doing this. That's going to be our heat source. That'll go right in the lid, and all the chaff will come out the vent holes here on the top. We've removed what was there previously, and that will be our vent. So, okay, we're going to start here by preheating the roast chamber. So what we're going to do is we're going to be setting the heat gun on high, turning that on, and letting that run for about a minute to preheat the roast chamber. Now, as this is preheating, one of the important things to note is that the roasting process does make a bit of smoke. I'm doing this at the edge of my garage. You can see outside we've just had a bit of a blizzard, 2 feet of snow. Have a great neighbor that came with his front loader and pushed it all to the side. But definitely don't do this in the house unless you've got a really incredible exhaust fan. So do it somewhere outside, and we're going to primarily be working with this unit with the lid closed, which will help maintain the heat even though it's about 32 degrees. We're going to be adding our green beans to the roasting chamber. So we're going to take out the heat gun, we're going to lift up the top, dump in the greens, add our heat gun back to the top and start the timer. We're going to be doing this mostly by the audible method, so we're going to be listening for first crack, and we're going for a full city roast on this, so we want to stop it just short of second crack. So as we come along, we're going to be watching the color of the roast and listening, and right before hopefully we get the very first snaps of second crack, we're going to pull the heat and dump them into the pan for cooling. When we go to cool the beans, we're going to be using this grill rack for shrimp and vegetables that I use on the grill. It actually makes a really nice device for cooling the beans. The holes are just big enough to prevent the beans from falling through, and we get some good airflow and use the little handles on the sides to toss them around. You'll notice if we go back over here to the roaster, we're a couple minutes into the roast, and we've got a little bit of chaff starting to fly out of the hole. If I pop open the top here and take a closer look, you can see the beans spinning around. The heat source is starting to give them a nice bit of color. We're going to keep this going and listen for first crack, and then I'll come back and show you the progress. Going to pop the lid here. Been about 5 minutes in, see what kind of progress we're making. Alright, let's try to get a good view down in there. Starting to get a nice light brown color on the beans. And we're going to cover it back up and check in a little bit. Alright, we got some snaps of first crack going on here. We're going to pop this open and show you what's happening. Making some good progress there. You can see we're spinning around, getting a nice brown color to the beans. You hear the snaps going on. That's kind of a similar sound of popcorn popping. That tells you we've just about wrapped up first crack here. So
We're going to continue on and stop back in a little bit.
All right, to wrap it up here, we're going to go by sight. We're going to pop the lid, hold the heat gun on them, and we're going to watch him get to the end of the process here. Whoa, we got some jumpers leaping out. See what's going on there. I've got the mitt. Thing gets hot, you don't want to touch. Really burn yourself. All right, we're to the end here. We think we've got a nice full city roast. I'm going to pull it. Take a look in there. It's kind of hard to see. We'll dump them out here and see what we've got. I put them in a stainless steel bowl because I think you get a little better look at what we've got. We've got a nice uniform roast color. Nice medium roast going on here. So we're going to let these rest for a couple days and then cup them and see what we've got.